Hello everybody, and I'm not sure if I'm putting this right at the beginning of the video or somewhere after the first stop we made, but I did want to let you guys know we made a ton of sales, and I am not even kidding. We sold a ton of stuff. We sold one of the PlayStation 3s. We sold one of the big, the reel-to-reel system that I picked up for only $3.50. That sold, and we sold a couple other things. So let me go ahead and break that information down with you and give you a current budget of what we have. So first things first, we left the series off with a total of $116.85 in the budget. Now, I do have some bad news because we did have a return, unfortunately, with the actual little trackball mouse that we picked up that didn't have the dongle. That unfortunately was going to get returned to us. For the sake of the challenge, because it was broken and there was no real value to it with one of the mouse buttons not working according to the customer, I just opted to refund them in full without having them send the item back. I just felt like it wasn't worth it to fight over, and it was such a small priced item that I don't think anybody would even lie about that. So let me go ahead and take that out of the budget first. So now our budget is at $99.39. But now that we have the bad news out of the way, let me just tell you about all the stuff that we sold. Okay, so I just added it all up and it is crazy what we sold. So I'm just gonna scroll through. It's hard for me to like remember everything off the top of my head, so I'm gonna scroll through. So we sold a light hiking backpack that we picked up, the Speedlight, the Duder, I think is how it's pronounced. That ended up selling for $24. And then the one of the PlayStation 3s, like the fat one, the original PS3, that sold for $88.95 without any controllers or anything. The Stetson hat we picked up, I think was like $1 at a yard sale. That sold for $24.99. We sold the big reel-to-reel system for $160 free shipping, and believe it or not, the shipping isn't bad on that. The actual buyer was in New York and I live in Virginia, so the shipping was only like 26 bucks, and I think the thing was like 40 something pounds, so not a bad sale there. Definitely did not mind taking his offer. We sold the Nintendo DS Lite. We picked up the red one with a bunch of games in the case for $110. We sold the Shark parts, and when we picked up some of those vacuum parts, those sold for 32 bucks. We sold the plug-in towing thing for like $20. We sold a pair of Hokas. I think we picked those up. Those were $5. We sold those for 40, so that was a great flip. Best flip so far of the series is that Samsung Smart Hub. If you didn't watch the last video, that was the title, the thumbnail actually, of that item, and that I think we paid $4 for, and that sold for $200. That sold almost instantly. Fantastic sale there. We sold the Rage Against the Machine DVD we picked up a few videos back. We only made like $1 after fees, so nothing crazy there. The Nintendo Wii bundle that we picked up with those video game haul, that sold for $100. And then the last thing that we sold in this bundle was actually a 1 pound bag of those Lego Bionicles. Luckily, it was basically exactly a pound. So I sold it as that, and that sold for $45. We paid $1 for those at a yard sale. So fantastic finds, some fantastic sales there. We also had about $6 in sales over on Whatnot. It was a no commission day. I was trying to eat with the big dogs and I was sorely unprepared. I just don't think people wanted to hang out. I should have made it a thing where people want to stay with my show, but luckily there's no fees or commissions on those. So 3 items sold from the challenge specifically, so we can add that $6 in as well. So all the things I just mentioned, after shipping, after fees, and all things associated with that, we can add $649.29 to our budget, bringing the grand total budget to $748.68. I'm blown away by the fact that we've just been able to even come this far. I mean, realistically, we were working with less than $100 just a few weeks ago, and now we're up over $700. I mean, we're gonna be looking at probably close to $1,000 soon, but I have some storage units I'm keeping an eye on, so I'm really excited to hopefully pick some of those up, really get to work, nose to the grindstone. Stay tuned. We're gonna head out to the thrift store, out to the one that I really, really like, where we always constantly find really great stuff for super cheap. So let's go out there and see what we can find.
Right, I think this is our first find of the day. Looks like a Gem Made in USA leather handcuff pouch. Yeah.
You got it.
So we made it home from the thrift stores, and honestly, I didn't record too much inside. I'm getting mixed feedback. Some people really like me watching me just go through and pick the items up off the shelf, and some people just don't really care. People just want the data. So I'm gonna do a little bit of a different thing in this video, kind of skip what we did in the store and just go straight to what we found and let you guys know. We definitely spent a relatively cheap amount of money out of the budget, so let's go ahead and go over everything we got. So the first thing I definitely want to go over is the massive haul we picked up here in this bag from the first thrift store we went to out a little bit further out than we normally do. I don't usually go out of my way to go there more than once every 2 weeks, but in the spirit of the challenge and how much money we have pulled out of that store already, I definitely went back already. So the girls are always happy to see me. So if you guys are watching this, thank you very much. But let's go over what we picked up. So the first couple things we picked up weren't anything crazy, just a couple mugs. So we picked up this sick Mickey Mouse. It's a sketch mug. It's got a $2 price tag on it. So I figured we'd probably get $8 to $10 for it. So effectively making anywhere from $5 to $6. Nothing crazy there, but the second mug we picked up, I was really on the fence about, but we picked up this Starbucks mug with the lid. It's one of those like ceramic to go tumblers. That you take with you everywhere. It's a 12-ounce mug, but I figured it was really cool. It has a unique colorway to it and is in a relatively good condition as far as everything goes. So it was super clean, great find here, and that was $3. One of the better things we picked up was this Airthings Wave. It's just a radon detector. It looks like it was never installed, and it has everything with it. I can probably get between $40 and $50 for this. Another thing we picked up that people don't really look out for is this Intermatic Malibu. It's a low voltage transformer timer. Not sure what exactly that means, but I do know that these sell. I've sold similar items to this for about $50. I didn't even look these up because I just knew they were worth the price they were asking. They asked only $3 for these Blink mini cameras. I'm gonna go ahead and make sure I test these, but these should be an easy cleanup, maybe $30 to $50. One of the coolest finds of the day was this licensed Star Wars beanie, brand new with tags. And then we ended up getting a bunch of clothing, just a bunch of like random silly shirts. We got this one, we got this one, and two of the same Naruto shirts. They look exactly the same and they look like they were never worn. So I don't know if maybe this just got donated by some shop that had overstock. And then we ended up picking up two more things. The first thing was a wireless guitar tuner. Me as a guitar player knew exactly what this was as soon as I saw it, and for only $2 this was a great pickup. I could probably get $15 to $20, and these always sell super fast. The last thing I got in this video was this groove ring. It is a size 10. It's like one of those rubber wedding band rings. That way you don't like end up breaking your actual ring. Very interesting thing for $4, and it was brand new and includes a pouch. So thought that was pretty cool. So all in all, with that first haul, I spent a total of $28.06, so we'll go ahead and take that out of the budget right now. The second stop of the day was a Goodwill bins trip. Not anything crazy, but we found a lot of leftovers that I think people overlooked that just were looking for better stuff when they got there at the beginning of the day, so I ended up picking them up at the end of the day. First thing I picked up was this Kavu bag. It's not in the greatest condition, but I think throwing it in a machine washer with some good detergent should be fine. It also has this 1937 cannabis pin. I have a lot of friends who partake in that type of thing, so I think they'll definitely like that. I also found this like lederhosen like type of hat, like that type of thing, like, you know, the German people will wear with their traditional clothing. The brand is Bavaria Trachten. I hope I pronounced that correctly. It needs a little bit of cleaning up, but otherwise it is in really good shape. So these hats sell anywhere from $30 to $50. I found this Kate Spade wristlet. It is a little dirty on the inside, but the reason I did pick it up is one, I could definitely tell it was real based on how high quality everything felt. And then also too, it was a little dirty on the inside, but I was able to rub the dirt off with just my hand. So it tells me just a little bit of mild soap and water and a microfiber cloth will definitely clean this thing up super nice. I grabbed an LL Bean toiletries bag. Now I did sell another one of these before I started the challenge, but the one we bought actually for the challenge hasn't sold yet because it's the bigger size. This is the smaller size that people usually like to take along with their travel carry-on. And then also it has a really nice unique floral Hawaiian pattern. That's a good find as well. And then the last two things I picked up in today's video are these ResMed spare parts. You already know we love selling CPAP stuff that's not prescription based. So This was really awesome to pick up. I think I already listed these for like $30. I could probably expect these to sell in the next couple days. But all that being said, all that stuff I just showed you only cost me $4.80. So even if the ResMed stuff and the LL Bean cells were in a huge profit already, some of the other stuff I think is gonna take a little longer to sell, but still a great finds today. So I'm trying to make these videos a little bit shorter, a little bit more entertaining. I definitely want to talk real quick about. So ideally, I'm thinking we're gonna be starting to bid on actual storage units coming this week. I think there's a couple that end in the next few days or so, but I'd love to bid on that, and I'm gonna start doing some research into these pallets of return furniture, outdoor furniture, that type of stuff. I think that's the stuff that's really going to make sure that we're able to make enough money to make this challenge even close. So I appreciate you guys watching today's video. If you didn't already, leave a like, and if you made it to the end of the video, probably subscribe. You already are watching to the end, so I really appreciate you if you do. Even the people that didn't watch to the end, I hope they come back to future videos. We're gonna try and change some things up. We're gonna edit down some more. I just wanna make the videos as compact as possible so that way I can get 2 out a week, and we'll see how that goes. But other than that, you guys have a fantastic rest of your day.